Something.
Why? This is happening a lot in my patron games.
Messing with you is fun.
Because messing with you is fine. Grzak, make a fort save. You lose your paladin powers. You fall from grace. Apsu is pissed. But it's time for more of Godzilla and Friends Retake the Holy Land. Boys, thank you for your support. Tim can't be with us today, so I'm going to pretend to be Tempe. Which should be, I guess I'll be spending all of my turns when I'm not attacking. Just flipping through the cleric list as fast as possible. Doing Hierophant powers. We're not going to do an in-character reflection because we're in the middle of the combat. Everyone has the extra use of mythic power. And as always, thank you, boys, for giving me enough support to where if my city decides to go full Raccoon City, I don't have to go into the Chipotle. It's dope. And
I mean, if Raccoon City's going to happen anywhere, it's probably going to be me.
Raccoon City happened in the Midwest, canonically. I live in the Midwest. Just a small town in the Midwest. Anyway, I'm going to roll to cast defensively. We all know what's about to happen. Spellcraft checks if you got them.
I guess I should actually open my character sheet.
Yeah, maybe a little bit.
So you said spellcraft.
What's wrong, you filthy shadow beast? It's okay for you to mess with our heads with your demon jabbering, but as soon as somebody messes with your head by shoving cold iron into it.
I will say the past few weeks of my patron games have very much taught me that the ×3 crit weapon might be a little better than the scimitar sometimes. At least I've seen it get a lot of mileage lately. And where's my caster mod? Poop, poop, ba-doop.
That's what makes Falcata so good.
Yeah, right. Falcata, you gotta. He's very clearly casting Magic Jar on Haken.
Yep.
You wanted me to do this. You asked for this. He didn't.
I knew this was going to happen.
Why would you literally ask for that?
Asking is a strong word. It's more, I thought this was the most likely course of action.
I mean, if he could see me, I could be a better target.
I targeted you last time. Now I'm going to target Matt. That should be good enough to pass. Oh, excuse me. Should be good enough to pass. Haken, give me a save of some kind. Will save. Could be some.
Did you?
Can you specify? Because my reflex save is vastly better.
Just dodge out of the magic. He just picks up a pot and Legend of Zelda's it at you and you dodge.
There we go.
We did it.
That's not good. We're surging that. If I rolled a 6, that'd be an 18. What are the odds it saves below a 20, y'all?
I think you have a hero point from correctly guessing how many things were on the initiative, unless you used it already.
I do have a random hero point. I keep forgetting that even exists. So yeah, because that's...
Haha!
We talked for so long about how he would kick Grzak into the green slime and how it would be bad to kill Tempe when Tim wasn't here.
Yeah.
To no avail.
It was a very solid plan. I'm not gonna lie.
I 5-foot step into the floor.
So it would be bad if it succeeded.
We had so many good plans, and Haken, you're on. You hear, and like, this whole room, this whole lower level of the Citadel has been very voices in your head, probably occasionally the sounds of like the wet slap of a hand axe going into somebody's sternum and then out again, and the screams of the dead, and then it echoes back as like all of the horrible moments of your life are kind of being replayed on the walls, kind of like the walls of that one house we looked at that had really bad art. It's like that. And then you hear all of that like come to like a drill point and start to push into your head, and you shake it off. And then all of you see the shadow just kind of like drop down into the floor, and Haken is on.
I hate everything about this place.
Good.
So there's no other enemies around, correct?
Mm-hmm. You got it. Achilles, no bites. Just because we didn't mind control the scout doesn't mean you get to chew on my elbow.
So I guess hold my action to attack the first enemy that comes into range.
Okay, sounds good.
Not a lot. Yeah.
Does anybody need healing?
I mean, I could be topped off, but I'm doing okay.
Okay. Because I hate to be like, well, I'm playing Tempe. Guess I'm going to channel energy, because I don't really know. I've never played a cleric in my whole life. I'm not even going to lie to you, let alone...
How dare you?
I know. I have a problem. religion, so I don't play them. Y'all know what's up. How do I have 7d6 worth of channel? How you do that? How you do that, 8th level character? That seems wrong. I know,
That does
Achilles.
seem off.
Achilles has opinions about it.
And this is one of the reasons we're going to have some sheet checks after this, is I want to make sure everybody's stats are correct, and I don't understand a lot of mythic stuff anyway. Or oracle stuff. Or stuff. I just don't understand how will Babby form. How are my spell slots? I've got some... sure. I'm going to cast Cure Critical on Haken.
How many spell slots do I have? Yes.
I have many. I'm the oracle. What level are we, guys? We're level 8?
9.
Level
Oh,
9 now,
mild.
actually.
Dope.
Also, if it was casting in area, I'm assuming that's what that concentration check was for, to make sure it didn't provoke.
Right, yeah.
What do concentration checks have to make it at? You know what? Never mind. I'll ask later.
For spell-like abilities, I'm not super sure. In any case, 21 back. And Kieran, you're on.
Back to full.
I guess I will do the, try and get into a stealthy position and wait for him to reappear.
Okay, works for me. Grzak?
Grazak's going to ask what it was doing, trying to do Hakan. I guess.
Take his body.
What?
Take his body.
So we knew it was a possession demon, right? I think.
Yeah.
Who made the spellcraft check? Because I didn't.
I did.
You guys also had a book and read that book for a long time.
I guess Grazak's just going to scream for the monster to come back out.
Come back, you pansy.
You Oriole cur, come back out here and face us. I'll roll that intimidation check.
Okay. I told you guys you'd hear dice rolling. I really like my dice. Leave me be. Sponsor me, Kraken Dice. I also got a sticker that I put on my phone. I also got a patch that I'm going to put on my jacket. I also got a sticker that I put on Lucia's laptop. It's everything's great. I just
Where
want
can
to...
you get all this cool stuff?
Kraken Dice! I mean, nowhere unless they give me more free dice. Then I'll do whatever they want. Just give me... The goblin needs his hoard.
With keyword Dragon Disciple.
Yes, my dude. Okay, I just want to make sure I have line of sight. I'm not sure if I have line of sight while I'm in the floor. Corpses, can pass through solid objects, but must be drained adjacent to the object's exterior. Cannot pass entirely through an object or space larger than its own. It can sense the presence of creatures or objects within a square adjacent to its current location, which means it can sense Haken. But enemies have total concealment from incorporeal creature that's inside an object, or see behind it and attack normally. It must emerge. Has total cover, but when it attacks, it has cover. So I can cast from where I am now, is what I'm reading. So Haken will save.
Wait, will save?
Yeah.
No.
We're doing this again.
All right then. I
Nuts.
thought we were in the clear,
We might.
and apparently it's... Well, wait.
24. I think it does actually.
If you had cast it on me, it was a 23, and it succeeded.
It does indeed. Yeah, because you used a surge, because the DC in fact is 24.
Oh.
So good enough. Yeah, you hear the sounds of the drill running through your head again, but you're able to shake it off. And I want to say everyone is holding action until the Shadow Demon's next turn, unless somebody has something they want to do.
I mean, I could try and go up to where the Shadow Demon was and try and fruitlessly jam my spear into the ground. Would I have to make a sunder check against the ground in order to puncture it?
You probably need an adamantine weapon.
A sunder check? I don't know about that. But...
No, I mean like to like literally break that square and then basically play Minecraft to get at it.
Yeah.
I guess.
I'm gonna pull out my heavy pick.
Funny you mentioned that because I technically do have my an adamantine morning star.
This has never come up before. I have no idea. You could certainly make that square difficult terrain, but as far as like sundering a 5-foot square and digging it out, that would be a different story.
What if I just like go over here and just start trying to plunge the spear through the ground?
I think there's some blockage right here, stab down.
I'll try and do it. I feel like that's something that Grazak would do it.
I mean, if you want to roll to sunder.
Sure.
Meanwhile, is anybody hurt still?
Nope.
Nope.
Alrighty.
All right, here we go. Wow.
Okay, yeah, you definitely hit the thing. That's bad wording. You don't hit the shadow demon. You definitely like stab the spear down into the ground, and that particular square is pretty messed up. There's probably a little bit of like strange shadowy something or other rising up from the ground there, but nothing else seems to happen.
We've struck oil, lads. Keep digging.
Except for that. That happens.
That's what Grazak would say if he was a dwarf, but I am not a dwarf.
Oh, Delvin.
If you had to choose to be any other race, it would probably be dwarf.
Oh, Delvin.
I miss Delvin.
Delvin.
I tried to get Jason to come back, but he's too busy on Saturdays. Miss you, buddy.
We missed you.
I talk to you every Tuesday night, but that doesn't mean... Damn it. I digress.
Anyway, Grazak tries to step forward and frustratedly tries to plunge the spear into the ground from where he saw the shadow demon sink into.
Okay. Sounds good to me. And does Hawk and Kieran, either of you have anything you want to do?
I'm not sure that's going to work, buddy. Valiant effort.
Not with that attitude.
God damn it.
No, that's all I got.
Alrighty. A knowledge religion check rises from the floor.
Don't do that. What's actually rising out of the floor?
A knowledge religion check. I'm getting there, you nerd. Shadow. You both probably have it. I gotta remember.
Nerd.
We know who we are. Okay. So Grazak, you stab down into the floor, and some like shadowy something or other comes out, and then it materializes. They're not on the squares they're at right now. I'm just putting them on our layer really fast.
I can't see nothing, and I didn't move.
Go over here. There you go. Walls with strange shadowy things. Now the hands that rise from the floor, they appear humanoid in nature, but also very flat. And both of you probably think that there's just like some weird light playing off your own shadow, until the hands form like strange sickle claw. Like the fingers all turn at awkward angles to make it like rendy, clawy, stabby. Indeed, they are shadows, undead creatures. You know all the things about them. All it needs to do is touch you, and it will begin sapping the vital force of you out. And so much so that if you were to lose all of your vital force, you'd kind of just melt into a pool of nothing on the ground and then become one of them.
That doesn't sound good at all.
They are in the squares where they are, but they're also incorporeal. And they're just basically reaching up from the floor to hit. So, Hawken, you could definitely swing. Like, there are held actions that could go off.
Oh, okay. Let's see. Like I said, I got demon stuff.
It's demons, Jim. For all the undead I use in games lately, I forget how Unholy works.
Mostly right. Does a 22 hit?
It does indeed.
No. then 10 damage.
Nice.
And it is cold iron.
And it is cold iron. So Haken, the hand comes towards you and you cut it like at the knuckle on like the palm of the hand, and some of the fingers like fall back and then wisp away into nothing. I don't have line of sight to you.
I forget, this is using the other weapons. It's not cold iron, it's just +1.
Dope. I don't think it makes a difference either way though. Nope, no DR here. But I am and corporeal, and I almost forgot that. All right, so I'll let Matt call low or high as I get the D100 ready.
High.
All right, so you want this to be 50 or better.
Oops.
Unfortunately. Oops. Plus, boom, bam. 18 over Hawkins' touch.
I didn't move, which was my mistake. But my touch is 21.
Fair enough. 21. And Nick, high or low?
I'll go low.
And we'll go high.
Damn.
That is rough. 6 doesn't get your touch though, so both of you are able to like dodge out of the way. Somehow Grizok much better. Probably like the stab down. You don't see the shadow rising behind you, and then when you lean the spear into the ground, it like goes where your head was, and then you turn around and oh. Meanwhile, the Shadow Dancer does what comes naturally to the Shadow Dancer and dances with the shadows. And back down into the ground they go. And it passes to Haken.
Okay. Can I move and then hold an action?
You can like move and ready a standard, I suppose.
Okay. So then, yeah, I will, I guess, move 10 feet so that I can activate my skirmish. And then hold an action to attack the next demon or shadow that pops out of the ground.
Alrighty. Just double checking. Enemies have total concealment, so you should have cover so that it doesn't provoke. I'm gonna leave Tempe open to if anybody in the squad is like, hey, cast this cleric spell, Tempe can probably do it. In the meanwhile, she's just gonna be like looking at you guys waiting for orders.
Do shadows have any weakness to light?
They are undead.
They are undead. They do not have any light sensitivity or anything like that now.
Okay. All right, turn. No.
Undead are susceptible to positive energy.
Yes.
Tempe.
Turn them.
Okay. She begins to cast. The wind swirls around her. And Kieran.
Blinded by the light.
Wrapped up like a dude. And
just so that there's no misunderstanding, I am requesting her to channel positive energy to hurt them.
Gotcha. Okay. Can do. She isn't doing it right now. She's preparing to do so because she's smart enough she would know under the ground they're breaking line of effect.
Oh, I'm not smart.
You know. I mean, if you're going to throw something like that. I'm going to, I guess, go into the room.
Okay.
So I can see these poopers.
They're all in the floor right now.
And then I will ready to pop a rock and whichever one comes up first.
Okay, sounds good to me. Grizak.
This is a pickle. To do the same. To do the same. I'm not going to be happy about it though. I'll shout again. Not that that's actually going to coax them out, but it makes Grazak feel better.
That's relatable. That's so relatable. What I'm doing is not helping my situation at all, but damn it, I feel a little better about it.
If it helps a little.
It helps a little bit. Okay. Anything else, buddy?
No, I'll just sit and prepare.
Alrighty, so then both of the hands are gonna come up after Grizak. They come up in to the GM layer. In the same squares they were at. So then the channel energy happens. Kieran, if you want to fling.
Do I get of death or just a regular one?
Of death. Confusion.
Sap Master or just Sap It Up?
Yeah, they will have a little bit of resistance. They won't be immune.
Okay.
And Nick got me super good before we started. Well, you should have told him that that's what we were going to be fighting so he could be prepared. I was new and young. Yeah, you want to flavor it? You monster. He resists a lot of it, but not enough of it.
The hand comes up and I do the proverbial teacher turns around and swats the poop out of it.
Ow. My knuckles hurt
say,
in response
Bad
to that.
Andy.
And so you do. Okay, and Grizak. Low or high? Oh, well, hold on. I gotta channel energy.
I'm gonna go.
Oh, I forgot about that. I got to do with channel energy. The tempe. Pip, pip, doop, poop, 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 doop.
What are those noises?
I don't know. Who knows? Who knows what evil lurks in the heart of those noises? The shadow knows. I didn't do that on purpose, but it worked out. Okay, so the room is unhollowed, which means I get this as my will save. Come on, roll 12. Never mind, it doesn't matter. And the wind coalesces around that shadow and, like, causes the hand to discorporate before it has a chance to do anything. Oh, Hawken.
Yeah, you make a good point with them attacking from the ground. I think I'm going to drink my fly potion
Rude.
and fly over here so they actually have to come and get us.
Okay.
Didn't think being over the green slime pit would be the safest place to be, but here we are.
It's a strange universe we
There you
exist in.
are.
Alrighty, Kieran.
I could keep doing what I'm doing and try and coax them to come out, and then you guys can.
So both of them are Kaputsis, right?
Yes, both of the shadows. You hit one and it died, and the other one seemed to... The wind blew it, and she channeled energy the thing to death. No greater shadows here.
And there's something in the bottom of this pit, right?
Yes, there is green slime at the bottom of the pit. Like, mechanically, the hazard green slime. There is... Both of you can see through the floor that is illusory in nature. Between the... It's probably real weird looking, because an illusion is all, like, bluey, and then on the other side, here's the greeny, and it kind of just goes together. But, yeah. There is a giant pool of owie at the bottom of the pit.
I don't have good fire spells.
An alchemist fire would do it.
It's a good question.
So you traded that for sneak attack.
No, I still have that one. I have 4 Alchemist Fire, so I will...
I feel like there was a lot of alchemist fire dropped over the course of Wrath of the Righteous, too.
I will drop a Alchemist Fire.
Okay, and the reaction when the bottle breaks and the napalm, I suppose, hits the goop it's real fast. It's like putting a match on gasoline, and in the span of a couple seconds, the smell is probably pretty gross, but it already smells horrible in here. It just into nothing. And if you got anything else?
Nope.
Grazak.
Okay, Grazak is going to come back over to the spot where he poked the spear, and you know what? He's just going to jam it into the ground again one more time.
Okie dokie.
At this point, it's just coaxing the beast to come out and attack him, so that his friends can get the drop on it.
Okay, works for me.
If he actually manages to scratch at the monster, that's just a bonus.
Works for me. Make it so.
All right. Is this going to be another Sunder check?
Yeah, sure. Or an Intimidate, your call. I also want to say that I'm kind of sad that when Wrath of the Righteous gets put out by Alcat, that the Aruxi were not a playable race. Because I kind of love the lizard
You
power.
know what? Something I didn't consider using before. I think I'll use it now. I'll throw an intimidation check, but actually, wait, I don't have that as a language. Next time.
Next time on Godzilla and Friends Retake the Holy Land.
Well, he probably is pooping his pants.
It's real good. Anything else?
I don't know. What am I going to scream at it? Screaming again that, your comrades are gone and betrayed. Come out here and face us, you monster. Or would you rather cower in your shadows?
And in response, Grizok's shadow seems to split in two as a pair of
I
them.
immediately try to attack my shadow.
Okay. Rising up is one of them.
Kidding. I try to jam my spear at it.
And what happens is both of them take a 5-foot step up through the floor. One of them is very clearly the shadow demon that Grizok has already Grizocked in the face. Lots of it are floaty nothingness swirling around, but the other one looks super fresh.
Does anything happen when I attack?
Do
I get an attack?
No, they 5-foot step up. They are shaken, I'll say that.
Oh.
Which will counteract the flank bonus.
Which one's which?
You think this one. Whoops, sorry. This one here is the one that is all half Thanos.
Okay.
And we're gonna 5-foot step and full attack, starting with the mythic one targeting Grazik. Boom. 26 to hit.
What is that? The one that is smiting me?
The one that you smote, yes.
Smiting?
Yes.
That's still active?
Yeah. You haven't rested and he hasn't died.
Touch. Is this touch attack?
Okay, it's not a touch. This is attacking your standing.
Okay. Then it doesn't break through.
Alrighty. Second attack. Everybody's on roll 20 because of COVID-19 right now, so it's real slow. So I'm watching the dice hang, but it'll only add to the suspense or something as the dice go 30 to hit.
Oof, that does hit.
And I'm assuming a 19 doesn't, though.
Ah.
Alrighty. And
For some reason, my AC isn't actually updating with the ads that I have on it.
boo. And so 3 points of cold damage and 4 points of, I guess, slashing. I guess the bite actually bites in and skin is pulled off and then the wound starts to bleed, and as if you'd expose that part of your body to vacuum, the blood just kind of freezes. And I think
That's all you got?
I think Crappy Shadow is crappy. Yeah, okay, he's not near as good. He's gonna try the new one. Attacks with a 25, 26, and 20.
It's shy of it hitting me.
All three of them?
Huh?
Damn. What is your AC?
Right now it's sitting at a 30.
Nice. Okay, fair enough. And Hawken is on.
I guess we're going to spend a mythic point.
Oh wait, was that the other shadow attacking me?
Yes.
Oh,
Does that mean the attacks might have hit?
well. Oh, well. Those were melee attacks, right?
Yes. 25. Actually, oh, yeah, he's shaken. So 25, 26, and 20 against your standing AC. This is not the one that you've smited.
Okay. Oh wow, am I already? I'm doing it again. I'm having a brain fart.
His brain is broken. Oh, poop. Somebody get some help to Washington. Let me get your AC real quick. What is your AC, friendo? Your AC is, looks like 25? Yeah.
That's the luminous armor spell. It also incurs a -4 on melee attacks for monsters that try to attack me.
Okay, fair enough. So then all of those would have missed.
29 against melee attacks.
Gotcha. Dope. Okay.
If I'm not smiting it.
Then proceed, Hacken.
Okay. So one mythic point for fleet charge or fleet warrior, whatever. Fleet charge. Going for, I guess, the big one.
Okay.
Does this put me into flanking?
Yeah.
Okay. Then this does so. The first attack gets 25 plus 2 from flanking, and I get to add my tier to it, so that should be 29.
Both of those hit on the dice.
The bottom one was just for because that's how the macro is set up.
Gotcha. Cool.
But yeah, so that one deals 17 damage.
Okay. And so then,
and I don't think I overcome its DR.
You do not.
So that's all in place. But now I'm gonna full attack it.
Okay.
Oh. And I guess I need to declare it before. So those aren't great. 32, 31, 22, and 20.
The first two hit, the second two do not.
Okay. So for a total of 16, 7, 14, 8. Did we have or not? 16, 7. Did we have that holy enchantment up?
I believe so.
No, I think I just used Turendulef scale. Anyway, so between all 3 attacks, it's a total of 62.
Alrighty. So then, to the calculator.
So yeah, before DR and Incorporeal.
62 from 3 attacks, was it?
Yep.
As that. And then take it to that with that. So definitely, as you're stabbing in, you're hitting, like, run up to a human, stab a human, like, throat, kidneys, heart. Places that would drop it. And truly, a lot of the creature is Thanosing away as you do so. But its resilience is still a thing. And Tempe... Oh, Christ. What do you guys want Tempe to cast with her Hierophant powers?
Does she have banishment or dismissal to use on the other shadow demon?
She could.
The burst of radiance.
Could just burst of radiance again. Yeah, we might just do a burst of radiance on the new guy real quick and make him ouchie.
Do I have to shield my eyes if
No.
I'm within range of it?
No, Tempe will cast it over here, where none of Tempe's friends are in the radius. And do I have spell resistance? I do. Does burst of radiance allow spell resistance? It do. So I'm gonna roll a d20, and that's. I'd add my caster level, which is 9, and on the caster level alone, I beat it. Now the Shadow Demon makes a save, which is plus that number. It's a really high number that I probably can't beat unless I crit or roll like a... Yeah, nope, never mind. A 10 wouldn't get there anyway. So then, per caster level, so it takes 5d4 points of damage and is blind for 1d4 rounds. That wasn't a horrible roll. And 14 points of damage. The demon cries out. The other one seems to be considerably less concerned about the sudden burst of bright light. And
which one was the mythic one again?
right here.
Okay, so that guy.
And Kieran is up. Kieran the Kill Stealer.
Yeah, but I don't get... I'm not in a position to get...
You can sneak attack the blind one.
You could sneak attack the blind one.
It's fair.
Or like fly down over the lip of the hole and like pop up, fire, pop down. It's trench warfare.
I like the trench warfare.
Okay.
So I will
You
go
have
to there.
hindsight.
No. That's why I use corners a lot.
Or in this case, Kieran could just fly kind of down into the hole.
So I will fly under the hole. I will do the stealthy.
Alrighty.
And then I will do the attacky.
I will do the perception-y. I have it. I could maybe get there. Not on a 4. Not even with my best surge. Fair enough. For a lot of math. So that minus that equals that. Divide by that is that number plus that number. That's how we beat Kieran. Incorporeal things. Nevertheless, that's 2 over what you needed if you want to flavor it.
I dive under the ledge, but I kind of catch a little outcropping and spin around on it, popping back up and let the rock go as I do, and then go back underneath the ledge. And the rock landed true.
And the creature, like, it doesn't make a lot of noise as it dies. The room probably gets about 15 degrees warmer when it happens, and it just kind of snap melts into about the size of perhaps like 1.5 foot in diameter, like a flat oval shaped disc thing that pulses for a couple, like, and then goes quiet and sits.
I think just like
And
puddle
Grzak?
of like printer ink on the ground.
Yeah, kind of.
I will 5-foot step back and try and smite and then skewer the one that's left.
Oh, you do have a long spear. That's right. Like, what are you doing? Why are you 5-foot stepping back?
Okay. And if
That confirms.
alright.
Man, you times 3 crits for days. And if you would like to flavor it,
much like the greater shadow demon, I plunge the spear. Razak roars and plunges the spear into the creature's, I guess what would be considered its face. All the shadows kind of sizzles and pops as it shrieks and hisses, and then it dissolves out of existence.
as indeed it does return back to the abyss. And that's the combat, boys. Woo. The floor basically comes to you. I know, Achilles. When he yawns, he screams, and it's the most adorable thing ever. But there's definitely a lot of stuff still in this room and a lot of stuff to do at the camp. But congratulations on finishing Sword of Valor. I feel like this took forever, but that might be because we're bi-weekly. Nevertheless.
You think?
as that
There's not any left, are
happens,
there?
So when the big one died, did that like maddening whispering stop?
it did not.
Oh, yeah, did it?
The
So
whispers
we're not
remain.
done yet.
However, as that happens, all of you, like, basically when the death blow is struck, you notice, like, you look around, look yourselves up and down, and any wounds you have on you just immediately mend as if your skin was brand new.
Oh, thanks, Tempe.
Not Tempe. Tempe didn't do it. All of you feel as if you had just rested and just like woke up from whatever your definition of a comfortable bed is. The small squadron of fairy tale creatures in this group means I can't really flavor text that as well as some other things. Attention, fairy tale creatures and Haken.
Do we just become Shrek?
No, you just became Mythic Tier 3.
No, we just got Shrek'd.
You got Shrek'd at Mythic Tier 3, you get the Shrekkening.
Oh boy. So this becomes interesting.
I agree.
Mm-hmm.
Did anyone else feel that?
Hey Tommy,
Yo,
I need that table now.
got it. I'll have it ready between here and next session.
So Grazak kind of like shivers, kind of like the spines on his back and tail kind of like a little bit. And he's like, you guys, did you feel that?
Yeah, it was weird.
Yep, that's... My skin is so smooth now.
That was a strange sensation.
In addition,
Yeah.
you feel so rested like Grazak that any of the like internal magic within you that is used to cast spells seems to be refreshed. Kieran, you get the feeling that you could put more of your essence into more potion. I hate how first edition alchemists are done so much. But all of that stuff is back. Literally as if you had just rested.
Sorry.
No, you're fine. I like alchemists. I like it better in second edition where it's more codified that like this is a non-magic thing that is just as powerful. Instead of like, it's magic except for when it's not, but it's not magic.
It's magic if it's a wizard spell, but if it's not a wizard spell, it's voodoo.
Yeah, right.
It's like,
But it's not magic.
It's like with Yennefer and like The Witcher. She's like, oh, it's magic. It's not real.
Achilles.
It's not magic. It's alchemy. It's completely different.
I mean,
Well, not
to
a
be
coloring.
fair, the Witcher mutagens aren't necessarily magic.
Yeah,
Right.
those are literally science. I think.
Oh, about as close as science
It's
can.
alchemy.
Yeah, it's science. It's medieval science.
It's alchemy, unlike the alchemist alchemy, because all of their stuff is magic root stuff. There is no magic per se.
Right.
Yes, I know it doesn't make a whole bunch of sense.
It makes enough
Cat!
sense.
That's Hazel.
Is there anything to loot?
Yeah, there's definitely a brilliant in this room yonder, laying on the like this slab of marble over here in a heap. It appears to be what you've been. Though granted, you've hit some fake ones a couple times now. Would appear to be what you're looking for, and you know that the shadow demon was guarding it. The sword of valor awaits you.
Razak's takes a couple steps forward. He's like, offense, but the last few times I tried this, it didn't turn out well.
Yep, and that's why you're going to try it again.
No, that's why That's why the opposite is going to happen. I don't want to. I'm not sure if I want to do it again.
I mean, you're probably the least likely to die a horrible death from doing it.
Also, it's really hilarious when you bite a mimic and then get stuck to it. Peanut butter elemental.
easily the second worst thing I've ever tasted. Honestly, Grazok's list of least favorite tastes has gone up exponentially
As
since
the
arriving
campaign
in the
goes.
world.
Yeah.
Welcome to the whirlwind.
Indeed.
Um,
Do I
But-
have to?
I said 2 Krazak spheres. Can we look around to see if it's trapped?
Yeah, you can definitely detect evil, perceptions, all those things.
How about instead we look at these freaky glowing crystals?
I'll look at these instead.
So
Hawken, you go looking
30
around, and
So 33 for traps.
it's definitely the banner. In stark contrast to every other time you've seen it, it kind of just looks like a plain tapestry. Like, there's nothing super special about it. It's very well made, but it doesn't appear to be magical or like anything other than just very good embroidery. As far as those doodads go, that's the technical term for what that is. They're Nahindrian
Pokes one
doodads.
with a spear.
They're not dingle hoppers.
They are not dingle hoppers. They're not doodads. I want more. They appear to be knowledge, religion, or the planes checks, though.
I can do that. I can do that.
Oh, you can.
I was like,
The
Like,
dingle
literally
hoppers,
touching it with a 10-foot pole.
nothing
Pulling the
happens.
spear.
They appear to be. They're basically just like semi-precious stones carved to resemble what you've seen in diagrams flipping through the books that you've picked up so far, Nahindrian crystals. Basically, just like the blood of a dead demon lord coalesced into one teeny tiny little spot, and you know this is how that particular shadow demon, Staunton, that chimera, as well as the Merilith, were able to attain the level of power that they have now by infusing that essence within themselves.
So,
Is there
so
anything
maybe
in there
different
about
magic
it
too.
being corrupting?
Nahindrian crystals?
Yes.
To the SRD! To Google! Away! I say that so much. Gotta scritch the kitty.
If our checks would allow us to learn it, that is.
Yeah, you rolled very well.
Oh,
We're looking. You guys know that the crystals are, usually they're distilled into an elixir. You drink the elixir, and you get real powerful. They do other stuff too, though. Normally, when a demon lord is slain while its abyssal resurrection ability has already been used, its body joins the countless others petrified into the walls of the Rift of Repose. That's an entirely different separate check that I can Google if you'd like to know what the hell that is. You're not exactly sure how Nahindrian crystals were formed, but they come from a very, distinct part of the abyss. They form on one of the Midnight Isles, and, the personality and the themes of that demon lord are infused into this ichor that makes the crystal. If this was a real, actual Nahindrian crystal, Grazok, you reach out and touch it, and it would be, ice cold to the touch. So much so that, I think it's hilarious that the flavor text is, it feels cold to the touch, and if you touch it, you take wisdom drain. But then you read the afterwards as flashes of horrific anguish flood your mind. But I read that in the first place, and I'm like, oh, it's a brain freeze. Dope. I suddenly want Sonic. Sometimes carrying these, even putting them in things like bag of holdings, would impart negative levels on creatures. They cannot be teleported, but they can be, again, distilled into elixirs that you could drink to become more powerful.
so I imagine even as soon as Grazok pokes the crystal, he probably even just gets the heebie-jeebies for a moment.
You realize what it is and realize that there should be a backlash, and then there's not one, but you probably do recoil, yes. You're talking minor evil artifacts.
definitely shouldn't necessarily leave them here, but I don't know how to move them.
Grzok could carry them.
Any negative side effects of using them?
Not sure if I.
I mean, you know that like there was a Shakarba, a red dragon, that they both took the Nahindran elixir and died because they weren't fortuitous enough to handle it.
What does happen when Grazak does actually reach out and touch the crystal with his bare hand?
Nothing. It's like I said, this is a semi-precious stone that has been carved to resemble one.
Okay. Oh.
Okay.
Oh, these aren't the real deal.
Mm-hmm.
Okay.
Kieran will now check all of them, making sure that they are all fakes.
Grazak will hold on to this one.
Okay.
And
I guess.
the one Grazak doesn't take, he will
Use as a
I'm
knife.
trying to think of what the dang spy thief is that just like tiptoes around and throws bags over things and walks away with them.
I mean,
'Cause,
it
like,
sounds like
It's
Krampus.
it's a famous cartoon animation.
Spy
but I
versus
don't know.
spy.
I know what you're talking about. I don't know if there's a name for that like motif though.
I just said spy versus spy or some like Bugs Bunny shit.
Yeah, but I just loop, loop, loop. This sounds like Cash Money.
Like finding someone who'd want to buy one of these.
Yeah, they are kind of like, they do feel like there's a faint wrongness about them, and that faint wrongness is enough that like your average like go trek this down to Absalom and try to sell it, no one's gonna want it because it feels and looks evil
In its current form.
Could be handy for entrapment.
I mean, some people might want to buy it, but those people would probably not want to be the kind we want to associate.
All we need to do is chillax and go to chillax.
But if
just
we need,
run to Cheliax.
The
but
heck
if
is,
we need to find those people,
what is a chiliax?
if we get some,
Is there anything salvageable from the goo?
Probably no. When you hit it with fire it just burns into nothing.
No. Not the slime. The shadow goo.
The shadow goo. Oh yeah, you basically have the essence of a shadow demon.
Would it help in my current endeavor?
Which one?
The helm of...
It would be a suitable material component to replace like a spell with. Yeah, it would too. Because invisibility is an illusion. This is an illusion demon, sure. I'll say by having that, you can waive the needing to cast the spell or raise the DC by 5.
Okay.
Okay.
Just a good question, because I don't remember if I think it's in this one. Because I know I told you the day. It is not that one. It's not that one at all.
So, Hakan, do you want to grab it, or should I just bite it and just grab it?
we're talking about
I
the
don't
crystal
want
still,
to
or we're talking about the sword?
Yeah, the banner, the flag.
I mean, it seems like it doesn't look trapped. Seems like it's the real deal. But this seems more your wheelhouse than mine. Just kinda...
I don't own a wheelhouse.
God damn it.
But fine.
Holy
But you
item.
hold this. I hand the football-sized crystal over to Hakan.
A handoff, if you will.
You hold that then.
Gonna...
Gingerly steps over and, as gently as a 6'5" crocodile man can be, he will poke at the banner and just be like, why do I always have to do this? Please don't jump at eat me again.
And like the moment Grzok touches the banner, as soon as claw contacts, God damn it, cloth. Thank you. I wanted to say carpet, but that was completely wrong. You have a new shag carpet for your citadel. It's so good. That's why the
One
demons
rug
won't
to
show
rule
up.
them all.
And in
One
the
rug to
darkness,
bind them.
catch all the dirt. Rather, it like begins glowing with like a bright silver and gold light. Before your very eyes, Iomedae's holy symbol unravels from the cloth and then reforms itself, the dragon above the disc of Apsu.
Oh my god, it's doing it again!
Nothing else happens except for the fact that it's very clear now that like this thing is putting off a lot of magic. There's probably a faint like resting Super Saiyan energy, right? You know what I mean? Coming from the sword of valor, truly, as it like pulses every now and again, pulses again.
Like I said, this seems more like your thing. Have fun
Maybe.
with your new holy artifact.
I fly over and touch it. Do I get cool deity things?
You do not.
Wait,
Oh.
feel more powerful when I hold it?
It remains the same power level after you cease holding it. It continues to pulse, and Apsu's holy symbol remains.
Does the whispering stop?
Wait,
Yes.
so
Probably like on the
Oh.
first pulse, the whole room feels much better, as if the evilness was forced from the room.
Oh, praise the gods.
oh,
I has planned.
it's over.
Over is maybe a
These
strong
things-
word, but
Was this supposed to be a flag, or is it supposed to be worn?
It's a pennant, I
Gra-
believe.
Yeah, it's a
Grazak tries
banner.
to put it on its
also,
cape.
can you not use it as a cloak as well?
Grazak tries to wrap it around him and wear it like a cape.
I'm looking. Hang on.
Hell
I'm trying to figure out
yeah.
how big this is.
It's like 10 feet long.
Yeah, I see that now. So it's a little too. It would have fit on Delvin, but on Grazak it's a little draggy on the groundy.
Wait, where's Tempe? I have great idea for Socio if he wishes. I will stand. Grazak like climbs up on top of the pedestal, and he like tries to type of pose.
God damn it. Okay, and so it was.
Tempe, if you create a wind effect, it'll look like a billowing cloak, like all those fancy knights that Socio paints.
And she moves forward, and her own energy is enough for that to happen. Indeed, it does blow in the wind. And you guys know what this does, so you don't need to spellcraft check it. An army commander who carries the Sword of Valor increases the DV and OM, the attack roll and AC, of her army by 4, which is a lot in mass combat rules, against armies of undead or evil outsiders. Mounted firmly upon an interior wall in a visible public place, the Sword of Valor creates a 10-mile radius area that bars demons and those who worship them from using teleportation spells and effects, and imparts on such creatures a -4 to AC and all saves. Once per month, while the banner is mounted on the wall, a worshiper of, I'm going to change that a little, a worshiper of Apsu within 30 feet of the banner can use it to summon a, I don't know what is the powerful enough CR equivalent of a planetar, but a dragon, to protect the banner and its surroundings for 1 day. Any non-evil creature that sleeps within a 1-mile radius becomes immune to fear effects from demons and demon worshippers for 24 hours. Quick! To the dragon, SRD!
Yeah, so I was just looking up Planetar CR16, and
I'm gonna say any good aligned dragon of CR16 or less.
And we now automatically know this.
You know it from all of your research. You instinctively know that Apsu won't send an angel.
a CR16 is an adult paradise dragon.
Nice.
That's not scary.
Not for us.
Paradise Dragons were kind of dope. I think that's the LG one, if I remember correctly.
Oh, so yeah, I grabbed that one just because Paladin, so I assumed. I
Mm.
don't actually know what the correct alignment would be for this. I
It's
guess it could also be an adult
Apsu.
Havoc Dragon.
I'm going to say any good aligned one, because I feel like in 2nd edition, Apsu should have allowed chaotic good worshippers and him being like the god of metallic dragons. If you really, really wanted like a brass dragon or a copper dragon, I'd be fine with it.
The weird thing is that copper dragons proclaim that they're like the preachers of Apsu, even though they're chaotic good.
Exactly. Right. Like, it feels like a missed opportunity.
Don't
I also-
mind me. Planetars are only like 16th level casters.
Shh. Shh. Oh god, yeah, fair enough.
Is the dragon not?
I mean, they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7,
No.
9,
The-
10, 11, 12, 13,
The
14.
dragon's just cast to level 7. That said, it's still a dragon.
And the attacks are similar. And it probably has more hit points.
They only have 35 spells under their spellbook, plus spell-like abilities. Being a 16th level cleric is...
Look, maybe if we ask
But-
really, really nicely.
Does
They'll
it have a
find it
breath
right.
attack that banishes summoned creatures?
And the LG Dragon's breath weapon can snake as well. It being a line, but it can like turn it to hit other things. It's fucking dope.
I mean, they have Earthquake, Firestorm, Holy Word, Regenerate times
Holy
2,
Word's fun.
Banishment, DC 23, Greater Dispel Magic, Mass Cure Moderate, Heal, Break Enchantment, Dispel Evil times 2. So they have more spells than I counted because I missed some of these. Plane Shift, Righteous Might, Death Ward, Dismissal, Neutralize Poison, Summon Monster 4.
Okay, we get it. They're really good.
Let the dragon flavored man have his dragon flavored stuff, damn it.
No, I am fine with this. I don't really care. I'm just sitting here going, who thought this was a good idea to make?
I mean,
Tommy.
I don't mind. I just
I'm
don't
sitting
like
here.
the
How would you even fight this?
The way you fight any other cleric.
It's only got an AC of
32.
Yeah, you guys can already hit that.
Flat-footed of 28.
okay.
Barely an inconvenience.
Razak's going to take off the banner.
Okay.
Anybody that I did that.
Oh, I'm going to tell everyone.
Oh yeah. I don't know what the equivalent of Twitter is in this setting, but I'm gonna find it and it's going up there ASAP.
I will hear. If you
You
already know what I'm about. I'll do it.
I'll once he removes it and stops desecrating it, I will roll it up and go into the atrium of the. I guess it would be the courtyard, not the atrium.
Outside,
Yeah.
though.
Bit
Yeah,
of a
and
walk.
hang it up on the wall.
Okay. And so it was. Everybody sees little Kieran fly. You actually probably just see the banner floating, TBH. As much smaller you are, a cry goes up from amongst the assembled soldiers as the banner, like, it doesn't blow in the wind, rather it just kind of, as if you'd stapled it to the wall, just straight down.
I let out a mighty triumphant roar to the heavens as we assemble in front of the soldiers.
And they roar back. Tempe goes to the triage tent to do triage tent things. And basically for the next hour and so, the floor is y'all's. If there's any roleplay you want to do, any interrogations you want to do, talk to anybody. Achilles, no bites.
Did it. Where's Aravashnio and Sociel and the others?
Hervashniel probably approaches all of you just, well, took you long enough, but in fact, there it is. He's like, he tries to keep the sarcasm in his voice, but then looks over at it and looks at the city that, like, it's not, like, rapidly purifying before your eyes, but, like, the wind feels a little less frozen locusty, the air smells a little less dead bodies.
Oh. Does it
You-
mean that you have your city now?
We do. Word from
did you
Canabras
get
is the
this?
queen is sending reinforcements. They should be here within a few days.
Did he get his eyeballs back?
Yes,
He had those for a while.
he's had those since the start of the book, yeah.
I don't remember.
As soon as the queen was like, huh, get that man to regenerate.
He was bald or not bald, blind for so long that it just became a thing in my head.
Yeah, it's fair.
Um, I hear you have a library that you need tending to,
In a
and I
manner
will
of speaking.
hand him the bag of holding. I want the bag back. You can have the books for now.
Oh wait, were those all of the books?
I mean, those were our 2 libraries.
Oh,
Indeed.
actually, I was gonna ask if I could hold on to some of those.
Yeah, get a library card.
Having fun isn't hard when you get a library card.
I mean, as much as yes, you having knowledge is good, don't be a wizard. No offense to you. You're actually a good one.
None taken.
I didn't want to be a wizard. Actually, I was gonna read more on
In the library.
but all the way back in Canabros.
I don't think I'll be returning to Canopras anytime soon. Nothing really there for me anyway.
It's almost like there should be a library in the fortifications. If not, we'll make one.
I mean, there technically already was. I thought you were telling him to go all the way back to Canabras and put those in Terendalev library.
No.
Okay.
We're staying here. This is ours.
Oh.
I'm claiming it.
Okay.
I will go pee on corners.
That seems excessive.
I expected that from Grizok, to be frank. I didn't realize that was how the Burrell operated.
I feel personally attacked.
I mean,
Not pee on corners.
it's not necessarily how I act, but I don't really know what's going on right now as like my mouth changes and my body changes, and I'm just like, it's kind of just what happens now. So I figure one of these has to be useful, and the demons aren't civilized, so I figured that's how they marked. I don't really know about culture. I just know how to murder things. I mean,
Reasonable.
make them go sleepy sleep. I don't murder things.
I do that part.
Does it really count? I feel like murder implies that the person doesn't deserve it. Is it really murder?
Remove them from their mortal coil.
Demons even have mortal coils? Aren't they essentially just made of soul stuff that's made into flesh and bone?
It's a complicated
I
story.
don't know.
In any case,
I don't know these things, and I would like to know these things.
and you can learn all about them in my new library. I suppose I'll set up somewhere inside the fortifications, if it please, my lords.
That's it. Kieran does make a good point that Terendalow's library is far away from here, and we have the banner now can allow us to secure this place for good.
A safe enough place to research, indeed.
Which
If you want-
reminds me,
Do we know where Terendalow's library is?
Yes, Grizok has been there.
I spent a week in there.
Mm-hmm.
We could
I
try to
didn't know what
retrieve it
books-
and bring it back here. It may be safer here than left unguarded anyway.
Retrieving an entire
A boatload
Library.
of books from the city we started in, basically. And they're safe where they are now. There's, like, the queen and reinforcements are all there.
Besides, there's enough books. She hoarded enough books that she could probably build a small fortress out of them if you stacked them on top of each other. Got very bored one night, and I tried doing that once. She was not amused by it.
I certainly can imagine,
So that's where Mendev's tax dollars are going to, huh?
among other things. There hasn't been much word about the rest of the crusade, but certainly I would assume yes. Speaking of the crusade, what do we plan on doing with the large, angry, red monstrosity, anti-paladin of Discari, turncoat, and other miscellaneous prisoners as well?
Have we clipped its wings yet?
They are secured,
Well,
yes.
Aravash Neil, now, every fiber in my being demands that I kill that creature. But
You should listen to your instincts. They
One-
sound like good instincts.
need to understand is here that has far worse implications than what might have been assumed before.
What do you mean?
Well, in my people's faith, we believe that the end times will not be brought by the demons or any other catastrophic events, but by the great betrayer himself. I came here in this war, and there was a bit of comfort that I had in knowing that even if I died here, it would not mean the end of all life by their hands, but if the betrayer's influence is here in the world wound, I fear the end times are actually upon us. I communed with my with my ancestors and my lord, he all but confirmed that fact. We need to know more from this creature. We need for everything that we can. Would you be willing to assist in that endeavor,
In what way?
Rift Warden, to help catalog and record anything that it says or can tell us of this creature and other monsters like him?
Arvashniel nods.
Do you guys friends? I know you think that this is probably not a great idea, but think that risking keeping him alive might be worth the risk.
And we can try and get your
Decision making
answers.
hasn't been great in the past, but
So we can try and get your answers, but I feel it's too dangerous to keep that much longer after that.
I'll take what I can. Fair enough. There's also there's also the others. As I kind of like scratches his head about not sure what we should do with the others. Friends, do you have any ideas?
A traitor, an evil overlord, and who's the third?
The original spy that tried to poison Aaron and then took off.
So the angry barbarian woman.
And her.
All right, got it. Yeah, so I don't know that one.
I think that we should try talking with her.
Nura dies. Stanton as well.
Vash nods twice.
I can't speak to the other two.
We can decide their fate later, but for now, celebrate?
I like this plan.
Indeed. The rank and file would certainly be more than happy to not be constantly on alert.
Celebrate, consecrate, and then start rebuilding.
Celebrate, consecrate. I like that. That rhymes. You know, how did the army manage to
How did the army manage to what?
bind and secure the dragon?
Probably just like chains and pythons running. Think Gulliver's Travels, right? Like at the base of the snout to keep the mouth from opening, behind at the base of the neck to keep the neck from moving, and then another 6 inches down, the wings are strapped to its sides. Bless you. The feet are probably like sphinxed under it. Yeah. Shouldn't be going anywhere anytime soon.
Probably not. Oh. Is it awake?
Certainly could be.
Is he awake, rather?
Certainly could be.
Okay. I guess, I don't know, would it be wise to actually spend the night, like, in celebration?
Certainly things aren't going to be teleporting in here anytime soon.
Who is aware that we have like Stanton and the dragon? Like, do all of our troops know about that?
Word has probably spread through almost everyone at this point, yeah, I'd say.
You know, why don't we have a battalion of soldiers take Staunton back to Canabras and hand him off to the queen?
Do we trust a battalion of normal soldiers to be able to handle him?
He's
No.
missing an arm now, so...
No, but you hand him enough billy clubs and I can keep him asleep for the entire trip.
I was going to travel all the way back with them. That would leave Dresden much less well defended.
Well, no, I was saying I would set him up with a absolute butt ton of non-lethal damage, and then they just billy club him every once in a while. Go to sleep. Back to sleep.
Go to sleep. Yeah, pretty much.
Only I'd be much more successful than Tony.
Probably.
Indeed.
Just imagine just, like, batoning the crud out of him every time he just moves.
You flinched!
2 for flinching.
Yeah, exactly. He was twitching because I had me axe
Embedded in his nervous system!
Okay.
Why do I feel like I'm missing something?
Party
From,
tonight.
Expanded Lord of the Rings.
Yeah. Welcome to
Night.
Pathfinder. Indeed.
We
Expanded Lord of the Rings.
celebrate.
Just saying, could be. I guess a lot of our troops are paladins, so maybe they wouldn't appreciate it as much. Kicking off the celebration with a public execution of Stanton would be a very symbolic way of just start things off and show to the world very, very officially that he is done and Dresden is ours.
I suppose. Personally, I don't see the point of making a ceremony out of it just to kill him and be over with it. But if you guys want to do that, fine. Trough of water anywhere.
Say,
Certainly, yeah.
Grazak is going to just stumble out through the lines and find a trough and just
Dunk his
bathe
head.
in it like a croc. He's going to be laying in there like with just his head poking out like a crocodile above the surface of the water.
Just watching for prey.
Just all of his gear just in a pile next to the trough while he's just sitting in there.
Okay.
Jaga's probably like drinking out of the water too. And just, yeah.
Well, indeed.
That's me saying Grazak is done for the night until night
okay.
comes, and if we decide to do anything until then.
Okay, got it. So then, indeed, word spreads that everybody has the night off and there's going to be a celebration in regards to recent events. And if y'all want to roleplay during the time, you certainly can, or in between here and there, you can. But that event happens.
Sure. You guys want to RP that?
It's up to y'all,
RP
though.
which? Sorry, RP which thing?
The celebration.
Oh.
The Eravashniel will probably spend the evening setting up in one of the larger rooms of the Citadel and just like finding and getting folks who are willing to help him to like drag bookshelves in and start just setting up all the books and things. Sociel and Aaron take the night off to themselves, and yeah.
Grazak's not hearing any rumors about him desecrating an icon of Iomedae, is he?
Maybe a little. Maybe like, oh, I heard that was supposed to have Iomedae's holy symbol on it. What the fuck?
What the fuck, mate?
What the fuck was that? We've been following a goddamn dragon crocodilosaurus rex into combat.
I'm sorry. Do you have a problem with that?
And they just, nope, no, my lord. And go back to drinking.
Just kidding. I don't think Grazak's had actual grain alcohol before in his life.
Well, you certainly could today. There's always like a contingency of 10 to 20 soldiers probably stays on the dragon and Staunton, and it's probably anytime they move that just does a whap and they go back down.
That's it.
Oh.
Back on his...
I think the closest I've ever had was I once got into our shaman stash of mushrooms one time when I was much younger.
I've never
That wasn't
drank,
a
but
good
one
time
time I
for me.
tripped so many balls.
It was
It's definitely what that sounded like.
I think that's where that was
I
going.
thought that edible at first, and it was a bad time. Well, I mean, at first it was a very good time. I don't think I've ever felt as alive in my life, but then it was not.
And the walls started having faces on them. There's also, like, if anyone wants to do research into the stuff in the basement or how to fix it, you certainly could. Horgus is probably still... The bean counting has gone from counting the beans of an army to counting the beans of a city.
So I'll probably save that for the morning.
Okay.
So Hakon will spend a good chunk of the party, like, periodically going back to check on the cells to make sure that Stanton and the dragon are still secured. Just, like, paranoid as shit.
Yeah, that makes sense. And they are indeed still
Time
secured.
to do that.
So,
What's Grazak doing? I heard a...
I'll follow with Hakan and go, and he's just like, I know you think that this isn't a good idea, but I can't really explain it, but I think more good might come out of him alive in particular than would come out of killing him, at least for right now.
We're talking about the dragon or Stanton?
Dragon. Oh,
okay.
Staunton's only redeeming quality was how he tasted. Even then, it wasn't that good.
No. I don't know about the paladins following us, but I know most of my kind are out for blood when they have an enemy in their grasp. They'll want to see him hung at the very least.
The stage to do so has probably already been set up.
Huh. I wonder what Delvin would want with. I guess he would probably want him killed too. A dragon friend on the other.
I mean, you can.
You know what?
I'm not. My concern is that he may not have a whole lot of use to us. You said he's from Hell, right?
Yes.
Yeah.
Or like
One of
he
my
is
favorites.
of like
yes.
hellish energy.
I give it
From-
50-50. It was just following orders and doesn't know why it was here or have any useful intel.
Mm-hmm.
But I guess there's only one way to
I'm
find
not
out.
so sure.
I'm not sure if I'm hoping that you're right or hoping that all that is good that you're wrong.
For now, actually start feeling something from drinking this stuff. Seriously, I saw a man drink 1 cup of this and he was acting like a complete idiot. I feel nothing.
What is my con? I
What
might feel
point
something.
should Grazak be making fortitude saves?
Right now, immediately. I feel nothing goes into a wall. Now you're fine. You're super good. Barely an inconvenience. On that note, Hakan, you're fine as well. What I should say is, all of y'all, I will. There's not a good way to do this, and that annoys the crap. I guess I'll just make 2 separate screenshots really fast. You would certainly be rewarded any righteous medals of valor that you qualify for. I will trust all of you to police yourselves on that front. I'll put them in the loot chat.
I'm not gonna lie, I don't know what you're talking about right now.
And second one coming.
Is anybody going to berate Grazak if he drags an entire barrel of with him down to wherever the dungeons are? And assuming that we're keeping the dragons in the dungeon.
I mean, that is this game. Why, yes.
We getting drunk in the dungeons while our troops have a real party?
And also, like, no
No.
one's gonna stop you guys.
I don't think they
No.
could.
Also, that
Let them try.
I was told that anytime you're communicating with someone, you should start off with good impressions. And mend the situation.
Oh, this is for. Oh, you're giving him the good ale.
Is this the good ale? I can't tell. I can't read that well yet.
Tommy, is it the
Wait,
good
no,
ale?
I can read.
yeah,
well, but,
yeah, it
like,
is.
It could be the not good ale. I mean,
Yes, Adam.
Did we get information
I don't know
to
what you're
give
talking.
back?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Clarity.
Oh, okay, fair enough.
It is awarded to a hero who recovers vital information of great use against the world wound and delivers this intelligence to the Crusaders.
Yes, the corruption forge would have been that. I'll just flat yes. Everyone would be able to get that one.
yeah.
Is there a ceremony? Did we
Gra-
get pinned?
Go back and grab the less good ale and drag that down to the dragon. Pseudo peace offering, I guess. At least in his mind.
Okay, makes sense.
You get to celebrate too, because you don't get to die.
Does that you say that?
Probably. That's probably what I would explain to the dragon, yes.
Okay. So you enter the dragon's cell. There's a couple people like on it, and like they open the door. You go in. The dragon can't really
Also
look
going in
up at you.
Unarmed and not with my armor either. Like, I'm not...
The dragon can't really look up
Sorry.
at you, but it like tries to turn its head a little to point an eye your direction. It also can't speak because its mouth is bound shut.
Oh. I'm going to tell the guards to clear the room.
Okay. They nod, do so.
How tight do the binds look on the dragon?
Pretty darn.
I'll be honest. If Grazak wasn't a little bit tipsy right now, he would probably be filled with an incessant to murder this thing. But it's probably a little simmered down with the alcohol that's in him right now.
Okay.
On the other hand, you probably want to kill me more than anything right now, don't you? Well, you had that chance already, and I don't feel like giving you another chance to do that again.
It continues glaring at you.
If I unbind your mouth, do you indulge to talk for just a moment? It's something I'm not good at.
Continues glaring at you.
Can't speak. I'm sorry.
Turns to Kieran. Bet money it breathes fire on him if he removes the bindings.
Did you guys get down here?
Really, you're gonna ask us when the stealthy people showed up?
I mean, blink once if you understand, or blink twice if you don't.
I mean, there is one blink. They clearly understand.
Oh, okay. You know what? I'm just going to try and take the muzzle off of the dragon.
Okay. You are capable of doing so. It's like it's firmly attached to the ground, but you can just kind of like yoink up.
How much can he lift his neck up?
Not very much. To remove the muzzle would just be like the ability to talk. The neck is still pinned down as well.
Okay. And I'm going to roll the barrel over. I brought this for you too, right? Because you don't have to die yet.
How kind of you,
I'll-
little one.
Oh, does he actually say that?
Mm-hmm.
Not that little.
Blinks.
I mean, even compared to you, I've seen some draft horses bigger than you, dragon.
Blinks.
Do you have a name, perchance? Of course you have a name, but will you share it?
And what happens if I do?
I know your name.
What do I get out of the deal?
Yeah, I guess I give you something to drink. Do you?
The dragon tries to lean forward and can like move its mouth enough now to like get at the ale. And this thing being huge, it's not hard for it to like, it can kind of turn its head in such a way that it basically just eats the barrel.
Well, I would have pulled it away from him if he tried to do that.
Okay. If you would
no,
roll
no.
for initiative.
Initiative?
Whoever wins initiative gets what they want here.
Okay.
And I'm sure I add more than 2. So as you go to try to grab the barrel, the dragon gets there first, wraps its tongue around it, pulls it into its mouth, the snapping of wood. There's probably a little splash out from his teeth.
Okay, I guess that one's on me then.
You really brought the good ale, didn't you, little one?
You really brought the good ale.
I said I would get the other one. No one told me where the rest of it was. Ugh. Not good at this.
We know.
I'm trying, though.
We
No one
appreciate
can
it.
fault you for that.
So what are you? So, you don't want to share your name. Do you even know who I am?
You
That you were sent here to kill me.
are the fearless leader
Kill us.
of these noble crusaders. You, wise and brave counselor.
I am not a good counselor, nor am I that wise.
That much is apparent
So
to
you're
me.
already wrong on 2 of those fronts. Joke's on you.
I think he's mocking you.
Probably.
The dragon blinks again.
Should I start rolling sense motive or
Yeah, sure, go for it.
He's
Diplomacy.
doing that for the meme.
no? That's no. Well,
It's Grzak, you're not sure why they're being so rude. Haken, yeah, no. Grzak has said nothing of consequence to the prisoner, and has just kind of showed up and awkwardly given them alcohol, basically.
mhm.
The dragon is at best a cat, not unlike a cat in a cage that can't get out. Will take the food, can't really do a lot of much, just kind of waiting.
I like your club tail. I kind of considered having a weapon attached to mine too, but I figured it would probably get in the way. Also, I've managed pretty well without one.
The dragon blinks.
No, I undid your muzzle.
Yes.
Why haven't you tried to attack me?
Because you would kill me because I am restrained.
Kill you?
Nods.
I mean, probably wouldn't be able to kill me. Not as you are right now.
Exactly.
Why would I kill you if you couldn't kill me?
Would you be willing to stand there and let me try?
I don't see any reason in doing that.
Exactly.
Why would I stick my hand inside a campfire?
Why would you bring a prisoner ale and then not ask him questions? The dragon, it's pretty obvious that they're just doing it to, like, mock you. There's just a big...
You're content with doing this, sitting here and trying to make a fool out of me? Because I could leave you here to rot for
Shrugs.
as long as we want to.
I mean, he is kind of succeeding.
You're not helping, Kieran.
Yes, Kieran, you're not helping.
I mean,
Would you like to have another chance to try and kill me?
Shrugs. Assuming you don't just kill me with this.
What? Talking?
Boring me to death.
What would you find not boring then?
They shrug.
Anybody want to throw me a line here? Take that as a no.
So what do you want, Beast?
Among other things, to be set free, to go home.
Now, I know with a lot of outsiders, killing them just sends them back to their home plane. Does that work in this situation?
Both of you would know without having to roll. All 3 of you would know. They're not an outsider. They're a dragon.
Okay.
If you kill it, you would make a corpse.
Okay.
I mean, can we really let a beast of your nature free? That seems like committing suicide ourselves.
In what way?
What would you do if we set you free?
given that I'm surrounded by a few hundred people that would like nothing more than to see me dead, and 1, 2, 3 who have clearly already bested me, I would fly as far away from here as I possibly could.
And you have no sworn allegiances or anything holding you to this area.
My only allegiance is to myself.
Okay. So if
That-
your only allegiance to
If
yourself,
that's the case, then why do you bear the mark of the destroyer or the betrayer?
He tries to raise his neck to, like, oh, this thing? Oh, wait, I can't move. Call it a moment of weakness when I was younger.
Moment of weakness.
In my younger days, I was a little more zealous. Present day, I saw an opportunity for more loot and food. It didn't turn out that way. Just as happy to go far away from here.
So you're not from the plane of hell, are you?
The dragon's eyes just kind of go really wide, shakes his head no.
Huh. So, well,
it
I
is-
assumed so at first.
it
So
is
how much
canon-
do you know about this realm? I sit down.
Says motive check.
Where
Is
did
he
you
lying
go?
to us?
Mostly he's just kind of toying with you. He realizes he cannot escape, and Grizaki probably get a little bit of that too. He realizes he can't leave the room. He's outnumbered, he's outgunned, and seems to be telling the truth about that he was more zealous in his younger years, and just saw an opportunity for expanding the horde, and then got his ass kicked by a bunch of mythic PCs, basically. That's not to say he wouldn't maybe at some point pounce on you later, but right now would be really disadvantageous for him to try, so he'd just as soon try to leave.
I'll pull the other two away and be like, is it even worth offering penance?
Racing penance. I just want to get him to start talking. That being said,
I mean, in the end, our options are death-free penance.
Sorry, death or penance? Or
Death, freedom, or penance.
freedom? Gotcha. Well, freedom seems unwise. We've got enough enemies around us. Letting another one loose seems like it's more likely to come back to bite us than anything else.
I just want to try and talk to it and see if I can find out anything. I know he's implying that he doesn't know it. That he still might actually know things.
What are you hoping to find out?
As much as I can about if there are any others that serve him here in the World Wound.
Well, here, let me be back.
This is
I go
also
find-
this is also the first time since Terendelev that I ever got to speak with what is essentially a grandchild of my god. Whether or not he's, rebellious one or not, I feel like it would be a waste to kill him now when I feel like there's a lot that I could learn from him.
I go find the Tempster and be like, I need a spell.
Okay.
Zone of Truth. You should be able to cast that.
Yep, should
I
be.
think.
I'm pretty sure. If not, Grizok can. I think.
I don't have that prepared.
So we spend 8 hours. and then
Also,
you
my
have it.
caster level is very weak, and I'm sure that this guy could probably break it.
Okay.
Well, it'd be going off of the scrolls caster. So as long as it's like on your list, you should be able to cast it. You might need to make a check for it.
Mhm. I mean, there's a will save involved, yes, but it's a second level spell for both oracles and paladins.
Tempe's got the DC stuff, though.
Mm-hmm.
And hers casts at a higher caster level.
You
I
know
don't
what?
know if that matters.
I have another question about. You said that you just wanted to join the demons so that you could acquire more, to collect more for your horde.
Nods.
Where is your horde?
Far, far away from here.
Okay, seriously, could you explain that? Why do all dragons want to horde? I never got I had someone who I could have asked that before, but, well,
It seemed rude, and I
Jeez.
don't care what you think.
Reasonable.
Uh,
The little silver does
yeah.
not understand. Personally, it makes me feel good to have more than others.
makes you feel what? Powerful?
There's kind of a thoughtful rolling of the eyes in general, nodding as much as the dragon can.
Do other dragons feel that way?
I assume.
I mean, what did you like collecting? Was it always gold and jewels and precious metal things?
Anything shiny. You know, actually,
That's
come to think of it, I wouldn't mind getting my hands on a certain powerful artifact. I think it would really look good in my mouth. He smiles.
That's funny.
So you just liked courting gold and powerful magical artifacts.
Nods.
The dragon that I knew, she hoarded knowledge and wisdom. I think that's much more valuable than stones. Also, she liked sharing that wisdom with others instead of collecting it selfishly for herself.
Dragon
That
nods.
with me, but that I've learned from her and from these other strange races that I've been with, none of that knowledge would have prepared me for meeting a creature like you. You know, I'm not down here because I want to offer you any penance or mercy. I know that you're probably not interested in that yet, but thought that you could probably teach me, and you learn a bit about me yourself, or learn something from speaking with me.
The dragon kind of like raises its eyebrow ridges. You'd like me to teach you?
Razak nods his head.
Teach you what?
What do you know? Well, about your kind for starters, and not about your specific type of dragon, but dragons in general. How much do you know about the father of your race? And I don't mean regular dragons as children, I mean his true children. Before the ages of man and elves and dwarfs and, yes, even myself.
Why don't you tell me? Tell me all about. And he tries to move his hands forward to like rest his jaw on his hands, but can't, and mostly just like strains against the chains. Tell me all about dear old dad.
Wouldn't he technically be your granddad?
Semantics.
What does that make us? Cousins?
Sure.
Sense motive, is he actually being genuine how he wants to know about dad? Doesn't sound like it, but
Yeah, go for it.
okay, I'm trying to.
Nah, it's probably more like he wants you to speak your piece and go away. You are entertaining, but entertaining has gone to the point of like, now you're just nagging a poor imprisoned dragon.
Well, he brought this upon himself now that he asked me to tell him about dear old dad.
I'm going to interrogate you and bother you to death.
I'm just going to start spilling all my religious spiel about what I was taught about Apsu.
Okay. And so you do. About 5 minutes in, the dragon closes their eyes. It just, like, there's a big...
Hey, don't give me that. You asked yourself.
I did.
And?
No response.
Why don't you tell me what you know then?
No response.
If you think what I'm saying is so boring and dumb.
No response.
Well, this has been fun. I'm going to go find more of the good ale.
The dragon eventually starts... Whoop, whoop. Oh. Kieran lands on the dragon as the dragon maybe doesn't actually drift off to sleep, but starts pantomiming pretty hard.
What now?
Pantomiming. Pretending.
Razak's probably just gonna sit there.
Okay. And it's awkward for everyone. Well, actually, probably not, because the dragon's just trying to fall asleep. Anything else? Oop. Kieran pokes under scales, keeping him awake. There's kind of there's like a twitch when this happens, but he just continues to say nothing as Grzak sits down and tells him all about Apsu.
I mean, I might even fall asleep at this point.
Just all everybody cuddles up in the dragon's prison cell.
All right, fine. Well, if you're not going to talk, then I see no reason to keep your mouth open.
I mean, I could always use a good mount.
You can fly. You don't need a mount.
Oh no, I wasn't talking about that kind of mount.
What other mount could you possibly mean?
I mean, this would make a good trophy.
I told you we don't want to do that yet, or ever. Or, I mean, fine.
Just making sure he remembers what's at stake here.
Kieran does feel the dragon like tense up when, like, if you sit on his scales, like, I could use a new mount. The dragon tenses up.
Right. Well, the muzzle is going back on.
Okay. They do not resist.
Talk. There's no point in keeping this on.
Okay.
Well, anyway, good night. Sleep on the floor.
I will move my crafting operation into a permanent room.
Sure. Gotcha.
and set up the ballers.
What?
The ballers?
That one went over my head too.
My 2 wizards.
Oh, yes. Thought we were talking about Grand Theft Auto for a sec.
I thought you were talking about the HBO series for a second.
Or that. Well, in any case, as this conversation has gone on, the Rager has continued to rage up topside. If anybody else has anything they want to do, they certainly can. From time to time, Eravashniel probably finds Grizak and just, are we going to execute any of them now?
What?
Why are you sleeping with...
Oh, Aravash knew.
Yeah.
He fell asleep telling his own history. It's really kind of sad.
It is.
His life is so boring, it puts himself to sleep.
I wish my life was boring, but no, I was dragged to the other side of the world to fight in a war that wasn't mine to begin with.
Welcome to the
I don't
club,
know
my
where
friend.
that came from. I'm sorry.
I forgive you. So what are we doing? Are we killing them? Are we sending them back to Canabres? What is going on?
He wants to keep the dragon alive, I believe. Did we end up actually sending the other one back?
Nothing has concrete happened yet, and just like it has been talked about. Well,
Are we at risk? Do you think there's too big of a risk with sending a group of people to escort Staunton back to Canabras?
Not if I do the whole put him at near death with non-lethal damage. I don't think that'll be too bad.
alternatively, you could just take him yourself.
That's a long trip, though.
Is it a long trip on the back of a giant bird?
Yes, but it would technically be quicker.
Shaga could travel faster by herself.
Speed actually affects the actual distance traveled.
It's more so you don't have to move around dangerous obstacles or hazards so much, you understand.
I know.
Do you want to send Shaga with him?
I could deliver him myself if you want. I whistle over. What is Shaga doing right now?
Whatever you really want her to. Depends on how much like range she gets at the camp. Is she in the stables or does she get to just do whatever?
Oh no, she can do whatever she wants.
Then she's probably just flying around.
It's whatever she wants outside of eating the people and animals that we actually like.
She's eaten all of the horses in camp. No, she's basically just circling overhead, probably.
Okay, her down with my best impression of an eagle cry. It's probably more like a dragon, but yeah.
Okay.
I can't make the sounds today.
I just find it funny that like most eagle calls that we know aren't.
Red-tailed hawks.
Eagle calls sound pathetic.
I say it kind of sounds like a whistle.
Neat.
How many days would it take her to fly down to Canabras?
That's a fine question. To the map! I have a map! We're going to the map! Oh,
This does make me feel less bad, though.
In what way?
I still have like 20-something days of crafting to do.
Makes sense.
And so if he's off gallivanting with that, we can't really do anything else.
The big giant downtime swarm. As the burb flies, you'd be able to cut like the entire canyon and just head straight south.
Huh?
60. It's about 80 miles from Dresden to Canabras. Down and back. It'd probably take you a couple weeks.
Couple of weeks?
Mm-hmm.
Yikes.
This is assuming still that like you can go in a straight line, but there will be encounter type things that happen. There will be storms to dodge, things of that nature.
Oh, it's the whirlwind, right?
Nothing is easy.
No.
Nothing is easy. I guess we could just kill him here then.
Say it could be something of a rallying cry for our troops. Wait, I'm not there. Sorry.
Prison? Is the dragon listening to this?
I mean, if you're having the conversation there, yes.
That wasn't clear if it was or not.
We'll say it's somewhere around a corner.
Okay, yeah.
Up to you, buddy.
Indirectly, I guess he did. Yeah.
Okay.
All right. Well, I guess it doesn't actually make sense to send somebody to risk their life just to deliver what's essentially a housewarming present.
Fair.
Ow.
Did you say? Yeah.
Hmm?
Did you say that the queen was coming here, or that the queen was sending reinforcements here?
Reinforcements are on their way.
Okay.
But not her herself, no.
Let's see.
Hmm.
They made it. Yep.
Wait, should we bother RPing us executing him, or
It's up to you. This is basically your time at this point before we start book 3. If there's anything you want to do, anyone you want to talk to, so on and so forth.
I guess have we finished is the party still going on, or where are we at this point?
I'm going to assume this, because not a whole lot has really happened, except Grizak talks to a dragon. Yeah, the party is still happening.
Okay.
oh, okay, probably. I could probably handle a few more. What's the word? Gallons? Yeah, gallons.
What you were looking for is pints. You're not a dwarf.
Ha! I know what I said, little one.
Alright. Wait, are paladins immune to poison?
After a certain level. And since I feel like every game I'm asking Grizak if he's immune to poison or not, I'm not sure. I'm just going to leave it as it is. And you are or you are not.
They're immune to disease, but not poison.
Okay.
Well, in any case, if nobody has anything else to do, this might not be the worst place to call it. I don't have anything super prepped for book 3, but if you want to do the role-playing of anything, now is the time.
I mean, at this point, if we're already in the middle of the party, it's probably not a good time to execute them. But like, holding the executions the next day,
Sure.
something like that. We said we were gonna start in Nura. We also probably need to make a decision about Jestik, the dragon, and this third person, fourth person.
Did we have a fourth person?
We're looking at Staunton, Nura, Jestik, the dragon.
And so there's like someone who poisoned people or something.
Yes, that was
Nura.
Nura.
Oh, okay. Never mind then. So yeah, Nura and
Okay. So basically,
actually killed
it
him.
seems to come down to what you guys want to do with them.
So I am determined to get this dragon to actually start talking. So
Okay.
you guys know where I stand on that.
If we execute the other two now, I guess we'll take a week with the dragon and see if we get any headway there.
Okay.
What are we gonna do with Jestik?
Oh no, she was definitely evil, but it was more the rah, I'm angry and want to kill everything because I'm angry evil, not the I'm evil because I'm an asshole.
It also seemed like she wasn't particularly loyal to them. She was just a soldier. That said, she's also one more enemy we have to deal with sooner or later. So if there's any doubt that she's going to come back and try and go for round 2, 3, whatever.
Technically 3, I believe. Yeah. 2.5. It's awkward. Sieges are weird.
We know she's at least deadly enough that she would pose a threat to a lot of our people.
Yeah. If she were to get out, she'd do a lot of damage. Or if she, got out and wanted to, I should say.
We could always challenge her to ritual combat. She might follow that.
I didn't get my round 2 with her.
I mean, we've already beaten her once, so maybe we don't need to do a ritual combat, but isn't there something?
Yeah, I don't know. Wait, why don't we ask her?
Might as well.
Okay. She is probably not super far from where y'all were. She's not as bound, given that I think you all took her gear, right? Somebody running around with an adamantine falchion.
Yep.
Then no, she's not super restrained or bound. She just has a cell. You turn.
Hello, angry one.
Are you here to tell me about your god? Someone bring me a pillow.
No, AP.
What do you want then?
It seemed like you were considering betraying Stanton the first chance you got. What do you want?
What do I want?
Besides out of the cell, that's a given.
Well, the dragon got a barrel of ale. I'm barely getting stale water.
Yeah, we have mixed opinions about that part.
It smelled really strong, too.
That was probably just me.
She blinks.
Oh, you meant the ale. Okay, never mind.
Blinks again.
We're really not sure how he's still alive.
I have silver hide, but clearly I do not have a silver tongue.
It's just
You don't even have a pewter tongue.
Blinks again.
Were you or were you not stationed here under pre-demon rule.
Pre-demon rule? That was, what, 60, 70 years ago?
Stanton, not
It
old.
say, oh yeah, it did say in the journals it was a while ago, wasn't it?
Hmm. And Stanton
He's pretty
could
good
be.
for his age.
Well, dwarves don't hit middle age till somewhere in the...
Yeah, no.
Well,
So why were you working for them?
Money's good. Get a chance to fight.
why is it always money? Wonder how the dragon would feel about his motives being in line with such a lowly creature. Well, according to his ideologies, I'm sure.
Not sure the dragon cares.
Probably doesn't. Do you know anything about him?
She shakes her head. Showed up a while ago. Said his mighty overlord had sent him to kill you, I presume.
Didn't do a very good job of that.
No, he did not.
He even offered to give him a chance to try again. He just kind of shrugged. I was almost disappointed.
What do you
How's
mean?
her shoulder? How's her shoulder, by the way? Because if I remember correctly, she was KO'd by Grazak literally biting a chunk out of her and eating it.
She's been healed. There's probably like faint scarring at best.
Did he ever mention a name?
Talked about, what was snap, the dragon god, not yours.
Dahak.
Nods.
Oh, he mentioned Apsu?
Not yours.
Okay. Did he ever mention what his name was?
The name of the dragon himself?
Grazak nods.
Maybe Staunton might know. Around us, mostly. She like stops and like pushes her chest out and like pantomimes being big and strong and mighty. Just a big scary monster here to lord over all of us and kill you. Pathetic.
She makes a good point.
Give me 5 minutes in a cage alone with that thing, and I'd figure whatever you wanted to learn from him, and I also wouldn't tell him about my deity in the process. Why do you think that was a good idea, Lizard?
Because he asked. What was any harm in that? I didn't see any harm in that.
Oh, probably none. You're right. No harm at all.
That's what I said.
Yep. Yeah, you're so right.
Well, I don't know about the dragon, but how would you like payback from me for taking a chunk out of your shoulder?
What do you mean?
You're not mad that I literally ate a part of you?
You haven't seen how big the lizards get where I come from. They might not be as shiny as you, but let's just say it. This is not the first time something has bitten me and I've lost a little bit of myself.
Hey, point to myself. I did not choose this. I mean, if anything, I wish I had my old skin back.
Can
This
you
is
not
just
shave it off?
Gregarious. Actually tried.
Roll around in
Haven't
the
done
mud,
it.
perhaps?
It doesn't really. It's not. I'd like a more permanent solution.
Doesn't really help. Like a more permanent solution. Look at me. I'm the big, mighty leader of things, and all I do is complain about the way I look and not know how to speak to anyone.
This is getting very personal.
I thought I was backwards.
Why would you be
Seen
back?
enough, Grazak? No? Okay.
Where did you even come from? What were you doing all the way out here anyway?
Go ask your mother.
Wait, well, you already told us. Where did you come from? I mean, sorry.
And she repeats it.
Repeats what?
Go ask your mother.
Oh, so she's...
Right. I think I'm just gonna concede for tonight. This isn't going anywhere.
I mean, you could go dance with her.
Oh, please, my lord. And she bows, like real mock formal.
Oh, darling. You got the wrong kind of class if you think I talk like that.
Just kind of raises her eyebrows.
Dance.
Lost a bit
Dukes.
from the point.
Good.
Through hands.
Bring me my sword. I'd be more than happy to. Bring me a sword.
Dukes. You dance with dukes. This is
I'm listening now.
This is a fist fight.
She just kind of raises an eyebrow again.
Eh.
Looks at her own, like, knuckles for a second. Huh! I really thought I had claws or something at some point. Wow, where'd they go? Certainly, I don't need any natural implements or magic to be able to hold up in a personal brawl of it. She puffs her shoulders out again. Honor and glory and dignity with all of you. Just fucking kill me. Or are you gonna let this moron ramble on about his deity and where am I from? And please, why don't you tell me something? Please, why don't you learn how to speak? Christ.
Just gonna leave at this point.
There is the laughter is really like mumbled and muffled from a dragon that is muzzled, but you do hear a little like rumbling as you pass his cell.
I wish I could cast illusion spells. I would totally have made a chair and popcorn and be sitting there eating,
Out of
laughing.
character, I was not ready for this. Thought I was.
So are we ready to concede that we should just kill them
No.
all?
He'll be back in 2 weeks for 3 hours of asking awkward questions.
How does your tribe assign leadership? Because clearly you need a leader.
Where haven't we already been leaders at this point?
Yes, but you've made multiple references to combat and honor.
I didn't mention honor at all.
She did.
No, say she did.
Okay, never mind.
That may have been a little less pulling at the honor of the Aruxi and a little more a general jab in the direction of lawful good.
Awesome.
Well,
I don't know.
would you like to talk to anyone else tonight, Grizak?
No. I think I need to prepare myself for next time, though.
Okay, fair enough. Matt, Adam, anything you want to do in the last 5 minutes?
Nah, we can wait till we decide what we're gonna do with all of them before we
Go
start the executions.
before you sneak into the cell and just stab him. Why aren't you talking? Where are you from? The dead body gurgles.
And yet somehow she still manages to be insulting about it.
Somehow she gurgles real offensive. I guess is what gurgle. That is not what gurgles sound like. Shut up, Achilles. Now even Achilles is shame. Achilles is always shaming. That's what he does best. You new little boy. Anyway, then in that case, I think my power is vested in me. We'll go ahead and call this one here, unless anybody has anything else to throw in. Thank you all for hanging out, and we will be back at it with more Wrath of the Righteous. Probably, maybe with a new person. There's been kind of some talk. We'll see what happens between here and there. But we'll be starting the not the World Loot Incursion. What's book 3 called? Demon's Heresy. We'll be starting that one. More 3 hours of Nick tries to talk to people.
Jesus Christ.
Who needs
I'm
charisma?
feeling personally attacked.
Oh, good. Say bye, guys. Or don't.
Later.
There it is.
Bye.